munaasabadan ay soo qabanqaabiyeen jaaliyadda reer Somaliland ee Sheffield ayaa isugu jirtay dabaaldeg iyo mahadnaq loo mahad celinayay xildhibaanadii golaha deegaanka magaaladaasi ee meel mariyay gooni isu taaga Somaliland.
mulka mimman tashaa'u wa tu'izzu man tashaa'u wa tudhillu man tashaa'u bi yadika alkhayr innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir tuliju al-layla fi an-nahari wa tuliju an-nahara fi al-layl وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب آمين صدق الله العظيم إن شاء الله هو الله أقبل يا سيدي والله أقبل إن يرضى لك قدريا وانكبحيا وحويا هل كان سومالي لم يكتبنا معارض المحافظ الأولى لكن واحد الدولية محافظ كسكته معارض كانوا والله بهي لكن إنا يسوء كان هذا الكبون كان كصباحية يا هذا المعارض كصباحية إنا يسوء أنت أصلا تقول لنا إيه ويوم قرب هذا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
First of all, I would welcome the chairman of Ictiraafka Somali community, Adam Ahmed Yusuf.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming this evening. We would like to, first of all, on behalf of the Ictiraafka Somaliland community, as well as the wider Somaliland community in the city, to thank very much our local politicians from various parties, including Mohammed Maruf, who has put the motion forward from Central area, Gillian Gracie from Green Party, as well as all other local councillors, including Qurbani and Hussein from Nether Algeria, Linda McAvan, Member of European Parliament, Paul Blomfield, our dignitaries, and our local community members. So welcome to this evening. And the purpose of this evening event is to celebrate. I also want to thank Lynn Heritage, who came all the way from Cardiff. So the purpose of this evening meeting is just a brief celebration after the motion on the 2nd of April 2014. Paul Blomfield, our local MP or Central MP, couldn't be here. He was in the House of Commons. And he has been instrumental in trying to support us at every level and every capacity. And we consider him as a friend of Somaliland, more than just a local MP. We can access him anytime, anywhere, and we can email him and he can respond to us or leave messages. He has been the driving factor because he sits on all parliamentary group with Clive Betts, and they're very, very supportive of Somaliland. So I want to say on behalf of the Somali community, thank you to all, and local councillors as well as our MPs. And we also have our dignitaries, Ambassador, and from UK Ambassador Ali Awale. We have our Foreign Minister, Mohammed Behi Yunis. We have Energy Minister here, Hussein Abdi Duale. We all want to welcome you to our community here. Equally, we have Mazhar Iqbal, who is one of the cabinet members and lead communities for cabinet member, is also participating this evening. So we want to say thank you to all the politicians, all the 84 councillors who have voted for Somaliland. We want to say a very, very big thank you very much. And Sheffield City, as you can see on the walls, thank you Sheffield City Council for supporting Somaliland. Sheffield, I would like to say I'm very, very proud being in Sheffield and having lived here for the last 26 years to open a new chapter, which is Sheffield is known in every village in Somaliland today. This is symbolic and very significant because Sheffield has taken the bold move to recognize Somaliland. And the Chinese saying, which says a journey of 1,000 starts with one step. So Sheffield is that one step. In other words, Sheffield has opened the door for a greater and more cities to come on board an ultimate goal, which is to recognize Somaliland. So Sheffield was very, very bold with the support of our local politicians at every level, and you, the community members from Sheffield, have played a very big part. So thank you very much.
We have got here, as Adam mentioned, the Somaliland ambassador in Ali Adan Awale, who is here with us tonight, and welcome him to the microphone to say a few words on this occasion.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished guests, the councillors, the MPs, the MEPs, the Somaliland ministers, the local councillors of the Sheffield City Council, Somalilanders who are here tonight to celebrate the wonderful event and that happened on Wednesday, 2nd of this month. The leaders of the community, all of you, I am here tonight to say big thank you to the good job that you all have contributed in that historic event of 2nd of April 2014. It was a moving and touching day for each and every Somalilander, wherever he lives in this globe. I have no words to express my thanks and gratitude to the Somalilanders and to the Sheffield City Councillors and to the MPs that have initiated and then endorsed and voted for Somaliland recognition. It was a day every Somalilander was waiting. It was a day that has gone into the history as a day of success, as a day of victory for the Somaliland people. Above all, it was a day that the city of Sheffield has gone into the top of the golden page of the Somaliland history. Many, many special thanks to the MPs and to the councillors of the city of Sheffield. Indeed, the city of Sheffield has shown everybody how human went to be in judging the Somaliland case in the way it is. Somaliland case is a case that has fulfilled all the criteria of a good government, all the criteria of a nationhood, and that is the bold move that Sheffield City Council and their MPs have agreed and decided to endorse, and that was a good step. I would like to conclude this by saying thank you also to the ministers of Somaliland who have traveled all the way, some of them over 30 hours, to be present in that historic event. And the last thanks goes to the Sheffield Somaliland community that has done all this wonderful initiation and tabled this motion for the Somaliland recognition. Thank you, everybody.
The second speaker is the person who initiated this big day we had on 2nd of April 2014, where every Somalilander knew where we were at that day, what we were doing at 3:00 p.m. The person who initiated this is here with us tonight, and it will be the next person who will speak, Mohammed Maruf.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for the great welcome. And I am so grateful to the support I have been given over the past 4 years when first time I was elected for the Central Ward with very tiny majority, 104 votes. But during the door knocking, during the close contact with the people of Somalilanders and in my ward, I have seen the aspirations of the people, what they wanted. And I am so grateful and I'm so proud that I have done my duty and I have tried to fulfill the aspirations of the people of Somaliland. Because on the doorstep, because of the community, they have been telling me why it's very, very important that the international community should recognize Somaliland, and by this way, they will be able to deal with the many issues. They will be able to have links with the international community, and we will strengthen our friendship with the rest of the international community. But I am so pleased, I am so grateful once again, because when Somaliland, inshallah, one day will be recognized, inshallah, at that time, when historian will pick up a pen to write the history of the struggle, of the movement for the recognition, and I am so proud that my city, Sheffield's name will come at the top of the list, that the first Sheffield City Council who have passed the resolution in support of the recognition of the Somaliland. And I'm also proud and grateful to the support, because the people of Sheffield, my councillors, fellow councillors in the Sheffield City Council, my Labour colleagues, and my Member of Parliament, Paul Blumfield, Clive Betts, and all other my colleagues, their name will not be ignored by the historian, because these are the people who have given me support, who have given me encouragement, and that's why that was, otherwise it would have been very, very difficult for me to bring this day to the community. And all this credit goes to the ISRAC, the people who have arranged, the people who have bring the community together. And on the day of 2nd of April, when I see the jubilation, the celebrations outside the town hall, and I was on the moon, honestly speaking, and I will give that credit to the leadership of the Somalilanders, because both the people, they live in Darnell Ward, the people, they live in Bungreave Ward, the people, they live in Wokley, all of them, they came together under one umbrella, under one leadership, and I will give this credit to the leadership, Adam Yusuf and his colleague Ismail Yusuf and all those people. Brothers and sisters, this is the first step. We'll have to work together once again. We'll have to achieve a lot. Somaliland is not going to be recognized tomorrow, but we have set up a precedent for other cities, and they will follow. We will gather the support, and once all the support from across the UK have been galvanized, so one day the government will be forced to recognize the Somaliland, and you will get a seat in the United Nations, inshallah, one day. I will not take more time, because in the coming weeks and months, we will have very close contact with you in the community, on the doorstep, and inshallah, being your concern, inshallah, we'll be working together. And my next step will be, I will be asking my leaders if we can twin Sheffield with another city in Somaliland, and I will be working on with them. So hopefully, that will be my next step. Thank you very much.
The second speaker will be someone who also helped a lot in Ictiraafka and in Broomhall. I think you know her well. It's Gillian Creasy of Green Party.
Thank you. I'll speak very, very briefly. I was very happy to be there on Wednesday, and as I said in the council, if that was the party for a motion in the council, I want to be there when you have the party when the UN recognises Somaliland. So I've never been to Somaliland. I am waiting for Fatima Deria to organise a visit for me. And as I have worked as a doctor, I will be very interested to see the new hospital in Baroa. I'm going to talk to you about that later. But really, honestly, my sincerest wish that whatever happens in Somaliland when it's recognised, will be the same things that are important here in Sheffield, in Central Ward, in Broom Hall, where I live. I'm a woman. When I talk to the women in Broom Hall, the things that people want first is peace. They want to be able to go out of their houses in peace, for nothing bad to happen to them or their family. They want their children to have a good education. They want their children to have good jobs. They want to have safe, comfortable, warm houses. They want to have a good supply of food and to be able to get together and enjoy that food and have cultural occasions. And my wish, whatever happens in Somaliland, is that you have all those good things. Thank you.
The second speaker, one of this, is our beloved Minister, who came all the way from Australia, traveled for more than 20 hours on an airplane from Australia to London, and from London to Sheffield. For the sake of this event, nothing else but this event. He's a very busy man, we know. He's very active. He travels all around. It's the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, Mohammed Bihi Yonis.
It's a pleasure and an honor for me to be here with you today. Although I have taken a long journey from Australia, this was the best journey that I have ever taken in my life. And I will remember that flight. I will remember the day that this motion was voted for. And I'm glad that I have witnessed it myself in my own eyes, that event. And thank you all for making this event for Somaliland. Thank you for those of you who have organized it. Thank you very much for those of you who have supported us, Mohammed Maruf and others. Thank you for those community members who were very active in making this event happen. The Somaliland people, wherever they are today, were enjoying that day. I think it is very historic. We will remember it for the rest of our lives. Sheffield will have a special place in our heart. And those of you who have managed to deliver this event will always be remembered. And Jazakallahu khairan. We are praying for all of you who have really supported this event. We are all pleased. We cannot express what has happened on the 2nd of April in words. It was a major event for us. It was a milestone. We are confident that the rest of the cities in the UK and the rest of the world, the international community, would recognize Somaliland. And as a former senior official of the United Nations, the UN would recognize us very soon, and you will be invited to come to see us. And inshallah, we will have our recognition. We are confident, we are sure we will be independent. We have worked very hard for it. Somaliland has been an independent, a de facto independent state for the last 23 years. We have fulfilled all of the requirements of a statehood. We have everything that a nation needs to have to be an independent state. It's coming. Sheffield started it. It's going to happen very soon. Thank you very, very much for all of you who have been engaged in this event. And I don't really know how to thank you for what you have done for us. And thank you very much for giving me the chance.
I will invite now another minister who came all the way from Somaliland and left all his other commitments for this big event. I will call now to the speaker to speak, Engineer Hussein Abdi Duale, Minister of Energy and Minerals.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I'm going to chime in with what my foreign minister has said. We can't thank Sheffield enough. Go Sheffield. It's indeed, again, an honor to be here to celebrate what has happened in April the 2nd in the Chamber of Town Hall of the great city of Sheffield. A lot of thanks will go out to all that has contributed to this great effort that culminated on the 2nd of April. The good thing is it fell on 2nd of April. It did not fall on April 1st, because I thought it was going to be April Fool's Day. It gets to show you what community organizing can do. I've lived in the States for a very, very long time, and I don't know how much you guys know about President Obama, but he started his career in politics as a community organizer. And that is basically shows what those boys and girls of Somaliland who lives in Sheffield have started 2 years ago, what it had culminated in. And it all starts from the grassroots. We want to really give special thanks and gratitude for those who really took the call, answered the call, and those are basically the councillors of the city of Sheffield, who some of them are here today. Councillor Mohammed Maroof, who was really instrumental, Councillor Mazhar Iqbal, Councillor Neil Gibson, and Gillian Gleesy, as well as our Right Honourable MP of the city of Sheffield, Mr. Paul Bloomfield, who is here today. The other great Right Honourable MP from this part of the country, who really also had a great contribution and fought hard for this effort. We also have Linda McCone, MEP, who also have really greatly helped in this effort. We thank you all very, very, very much. Again, I'm not going to really say much. I can only tell you that this effort will replicate to other towns in the UK that has really a very strong representation of some people of Somaliland's ancestry. We have a great history here in this country. Many of these big cities, main cities in the UK, we have over 100-year worth of history on some of the Somalilanders that first settled here. We have a gentleman from Cardiff here with us who's celebrating. I've heard that Cardiff, back in 1830, there was a census. There was only one black man in that census, and that was from Somaliland. So Cardiff is going to be next. Birmingham is going to be along with it, as well as Bristol, as well as Liverpool. Let's move on and get this thing moving. Okay, thank you very much.
The time is very short, so I will also invite a councillor who take a big role for the event of the 2nd of April. And that councillor is Neil Gibson.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to pay tribute to all of you, because without your work, without your hard work over the years, without a place like Ictiraafk, this would never have happened. And what we did on the 2nd of April was entirely down to you. And we were able to do it because you allowed us to do it, and because you put us there, and because you took part in a democratic process to elect the councillors. So I'd just like to remind you, make sure you are registered to vote, and make sure you come out to vote in May this year, because this is how we as councillors can help your community. And very briefly, I'm also looking forward to making a visit to Somaliland. I feel it's my second country now, and I'm looking forward to going to visit you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil. Because of the time, I'll now ask our MP, the Central Ward MP, who campaigned a lot for us in the House of Parliament, in the cross-parliamentary, in all around Sheffield, in the Labour group, in wherever he goes, he campaigns for us. And he's also the person who put this case forward. I will ask Paul Bloomfield to come to the microphone.
Thanks very much. It's great to be here when I look around the room and to see so many friends, and to be with you today to celebrate the decision of the Council. One of the things, and there are many things that make me proud of my city, of Sheffield, One of the many things that makes me proud of Sheffield is its long tradition of looking outwards, of looking at its place in the world, and of looking at its international responsibilities. We've been at the forefront of many progressive causes, of many solidarity movements with people around the world, and this is just another example. So I'd like to congratulate the City Council, and in doing so pay special tribute to Councillor Mohammed Maroof. He's talked to me over a long period about putting forward this resolution, and he has persuaded colleagues and led the debate. And so, of all, Maroof needs the special thanks of everybody here today. Somebody, it was the BBC earlier when they were interviewing me, said, what do the people of Somaliland need to do to win the argument for recognition? And I said, well, it's the rest of the world that needs to catch up, because the people of Somaliland have done everything that needs to be done. Since 1991, the Somaliland people have led the way in establishing a freely operating democracy, an independent judiciary, an active civil society. They have met all the conditions that the world would normally expect for statehood. And it is the world that needs to catch up by recognising the extraordinary achievements of the Somaliland government and its people. Now, there are some who argued, what's it got to do with Sheffield, this decision that the Council has made? Well, it has so much to do with Sheffield, partly because of Britain's historic links with and responsibility for Somaliland, and partly because we're delighted to have the Somaliland community that we do in our city, one of the largest in the country, and I'm proud to represent you. But also people said to me, what difference can it make? The City Council passing a resolution. What difference does that make? Well, within the traditions of Sheffield's international work, we led the way as a city on the struggle against apartheid in South Africa. Sheffield was a city that took the lead in passing resolutions and taking action to oppose apartheid, way back in the late 1970s, 1980s. And at that time, people said, why is Sheffield wasting its time doing that? But Sheffield led a network of cities across the country and across the world that helped behind the people of South Africa to achieve change there. In Parliament last Thursday, the day after the resolution was passed, I raised with the Leader of the House of Commons the need for us to have a debate in Parliament about what more our government can do to press international opinion, to move the international community, to get behind the government of Somaliland and to achieve the outstanding recognition that is deserved. I will continue to press that case, Clive Betts will continue to press that case, and many of our colleagues will continue to press that case. Today's an important step on that road.
The next speaker is the person who took us from this city to Brussels for a number of us and show us the way and gave the opportunity to speak to the Somaliland desk and ask questions about why they don't recognize us. Why don't they recognize Somaliland who achieved so much? The person who gave this opportunity and took us all the way from Sheffield to Brussels is here with us tonight. And I will ask her to come to the microphone, Linda McAvan, MEP.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to the councillors, and congratulations to all of you. I think, Ministers, I hope you can see now what formidable advocates you have here in Sheffield. And particularly, you have some wonderful women advocates for Somaliland. As Paul has said, things can start here in Sheffield. We can have a debate in London, in the House of Commons. But to get the United Nations to recognise you, we need other countries to put pressure. And that's why it was very important that you came as a delegation to the European Parliament. And now we have to get more support from more countries in the European Parliament. And maybe, Minister, you have an ambassador in Brussels, a representative there. Maybe we can talk about a future European Parliament having discussions, building support for your cause in the European Parliament and in dialogue with the different countries of the European Union. This week in Brussels, there was a very major international conference, the EU-Africa Summit. And there was a lot of talk at that summit of the need for African countries to move towards democratic institutions, the rule of law, for a change in the way some African countries are run. There were lots of demonstrations against certain African dictatorships. But if you have said you have the democratic institutions already in Somaliland, so I hope that at a future EU-Africa summit, we will see you, ministers, you represented there as an independent nation, and we need to go and work for that together. Thank you very much.
Person which I will give 2 minutes to speak is a councillor and a cabinet member, Mazhar Iqbal.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and hello to my distinguished guests. Can I firstly thank everybody in this room and everybody who participated on Wednesday who can't be with us today. Just a quick couple of apologies. Clive Betts met with the delegation earlier. Unfortunately, he's got another commitment in Leicester. And apologies also from the leader of the council, Councillor Julie Daw. I mean, a lot has been said, so it's always very, very difficult to say something towards the end. But I'd like to thank a couple of people who I weren't able to thank on Wednesday. Mr. Burry, who sat on the second row there, who's in my ward, who's always been campaigning for this, and Mubarak Hassan, who's at the back over there, has been working with with Adam, Ahmed and others to ensure this event is very successful. I mean, this is a very symbolic step that we have taken as a council, and what I've also said to my colleagues, speaking to Clive and other parliamentarians like Paul Blomfield, they will raise this issue with other MPs in Parliament while we speak to other leaders such as the council leader in Birmingham, the mayor in Liverpool, to take similar motions through their councils to support Somaliland initiative. So inshallah, very shortly, Somaliland will get that recognition. Jazakallah khair.
Can I welcome the people come from the Somaliland, Minister and other people, and welcome the people come from other cities, Somaliland people. From other city, I can welcome them because I'm ex-Lord Mayor in Sheffield, first black Lord Mayor in the country, and that's why I need to welcome everybody here. Second thing I think is, this is today, all the credit, it will go to Maroof. He done the hard work, he done the accolade, this is a recognition for the Somaliland. And I think, also I thanks to the old people, all the councillors, all the other people actually help us to actually get together this and do the work what we've been doing, and we done the first step, which is I think it should be is very, very important. I tell you another thing, which is very, very important. I'm so pleased because Sheffield done the first step, because I come from Kashmir. We are struggling same thing. Why you actually struggling? So I know how happy I am the feel for you, because you have at least one city recognition.
I just wanted to make an announcement, very brief announcement. Mohammed Maroof here has been working with us from Mark Jenkinson Company, used to be ex-director of property services, to acquire this building. We are almost in a completion stage, and hopefully the papers are going to the legal department. So inshallah, in the foreseeable future, we can own this building, which and we've had it for the last 30 years, and Fatima Diria is one of the founders who is here with us tonight, and we're very grateful to her. Yeah. Because this building here is a resource center, and it's in a very prime location, and we're very lucky to get this building, and it is a testament for Fatima for the last 30 years working in community initiatives. So having this building helps us. It's a focal point. It's our main center. 5 days a week we have lunch clubs, study support programs, and many other programs. And this is where we started. And I mean, the Somaliland recognition started here with local initiatives. The local initiative is the bedrock to the recognition of Somaliland. So it's a journey. You have to start somewhere, and this is where we started. And thank you very much.
ugu dambeyntii wasiiradii ka socday Somaliland ayaa shahaado sharafyo la sheegay inuu soo diray madaxweynaha Somaliland guddoonsiye xildhibaanadii kulankaasi goobjooga ka ahaa.
wixii la baasgareeyay maalintii dhaweyto wixii council la baasgareeyay wixii uu fudiyay ee uu sheegay ayaa hadda loo gudbinayaa shahaadadii baa la siinayaa wasiirka qaarajiga ee ku saabsanay ictiraafkii ay Sheffield ictiraaftay waxaana u gudbinayaa MPgii xaafadda Mr Paul Bloomfield wuxuu ugu qaado madaxweynaha ee uu gudbiyo waxaana waxaan dhinacyada ka taagan MPgii iyo wasiirka qaarajiga laba councilor Councilor Macruuf oo in badan arday noqday Councilor Masalan Baal soo ka ciyaaray iyo wasiirkeedii macallinta iyo tabarta oo isaguna loo fugay shaqada ay ku jirto maanta marka waa taa allo
waxaan doonayaa dadka Soomaaliland inaan u sheego amba Sheffield ha joogaan amba UK intiisa kale ha joogaan waxa la yiri waagi dhaqankeena waxa hadii in lagu siiyo in geel la bixiyo inkastoo aanu geelna ma lahayn waxa ma bixinin waxba la insiiyay counciladu waxba inoo qabteen baarlamaanka kuwa gudaha iyo kuwa Europe way inoo shaqeeyeen waxa la inooga baahay abaalkii inaynu celino ma hayna ahaato waqti walba ka isagu gacanta hoose leh wax weydiisanaya waa inaad wax soo celiso weeyaan waxaan u sheegayaa Sheffield amba joogaan amba masjidna joogaan khaas ahaan Sheffield election baa jira bisha 22keeda waxa kuraasidooda dib u doonanayo oo waqtiga ka dhamaaday macruuf aan ninka shaqada inta badan inoo qabtay waxa fadan u taagan iyo gabadha Linda McCavan oo iyadu halkii shaqada baan ka soo bilownay hawsheeda lahayd oo Brussels nageysay oo European Parliament qayb ka mid ah dadka nageysay si aan su'aalo u weydiino Soomaaliland ku saabsan ayaa iyadana waqtigu ka dhacaya oo magaaladan European Parliament u meesha waxba hadalkeedu ku badin maayo waxa weeyaan abaalka waa il celiyo weeyaan
magacayga waxa la yiraahdaa Axmed Shaakir Qaadi Maxamuud marka ugu horeysa waxaan salaamayaa dadweynaha reer Somaliland arrintan aadka ugu diirsaday arrintani waxa weeyaan arrin muddo badan laga soo shaqeynayay shaqaduna way kala badbadan tahay dani waliba horta kaalintiisa uu qabtay maanta halkan ay taaganahay waxaan dadweynaha Somaliland kula talin lahaa in ay kaalintooda ka qaataan sidaas nimanka iga horeeyayba ay sheegeen in ay ka qayb galaan siyaasadda wadanka ay joogaan meel kastaba ha noqotee in ay ololaha dhinacooda ka bilaabaan haddii ay noqoto dib u dhisidda wadankii iyo haddii ay noqotoba inaynu doonno Somaliland in ictiraafkiisa mid kastaba in dadku uga sinaado oo ololaha aynu bilowno waxaan aad u mahadnaqayaa wafdida culus ee Somaliland inooga timid
ilaah baa mahad leh labaadka waxaan also mahad celinayaa Home Cable TV oo fursadan iyo dhaqaaligaana siiyay inaan ku cadeyno waxyaalihii dhacay sidaan u bilownay hawsha u socotay hawlaha soo dhasaan uga hadalno waxaan maraynayaa dadka badankooda qaar badan baa wadan ninkaas ku waayo waxa weeyaan waa engineer Ismaaciil Ducaali Yuusuf runtiina magaalada muddo badan deganaa waxaan hawshan bilownay muddo aad u horeysay waxaanu ka bilownay inaanu dhulka marka hore aanu deganahay aanu ku cadaadino in ay fahmaan Somaliland waxa ay tahay meesha ay ku taalo dadkeedu waxa ay yihiin hawlaha soo meedan ayaanu markii ugu horeysay bilownay markaanu bilownayna waxaanu isku daynay in aanu fahamsiino MPyada councilada iyo cid walba oo degan magaalada tan waxaanu u tagnay dhul badan waxaanu gaarnay Brussels waxaan noo fududeeyay isla xisbigan Labour-ka ee maantana fududeeyay in ay motion-kan keenaan council-ka dhexdiisa hawsha tan waxaan aad uga shaqeynay nimankan Labour-ka ah gaar ahaan MP-ga xaafadda Paul Bloomfield oo si fiican oo joogto ah halka noogu soo booqan jiray muddo badan ilaa imkaan noogu soo booqda naga warhaya aanu la xiriirno Soomaaliduna ay tahay dadkii soo saaray markii horeba waxa kale oo isaguna ninkan motion-ka keenay maanta ee Maxamed Macruuf waa nin xaafadan aan deganahay laga soo saaro waxa weeyaan waa ninka u dooda waa ninka aad iyo aad aanu jecelahay inaanu imikana haddii ilaahay idmo aanu soo saarno sababta waxa weeyaan motion-kii waxaanu ku riyoonaynay ayuu ka dhabeeyay oo ah saaxiibadihiisa ku jira council-ka inay motion-kan foodaan rag badan oo council-ka ku jira oo aan la koobi karin oo council-la ayaa arrinkan nagala shaqeeyay waxaana ay arrintii aad arkayseen maalintii dhaweyto council-ladii oo dhan oo isku jira xisbiyadii oo dhami waxay u foodeen arrinkan
marka ugu horeysa waxaan salaamayaa Home Cable TV iyo dhammaan dadweynaha Somaliland ee Sheffield degan iyo waxa la wixii UK jooga markaan arrinkan ka hadlo anigu waxaan community Somali community-gan aanu joogno Israah ayaan gudideeda ka mid ahay teamkii hawshan ka shaqeey kamil dhaliyay ayaanu nahay muddo 2 sano MPyadii baanu la xiriirinay warqado qoraynay report qoraynay kansulayaasha la xiriirinay shirarka habeen fiidki tageynay waqti badan baan hurnay oo aan volunteer aan ku shaqeynayna wax cid noo dirsatana aanay jirin lacagna aan lagu siinin qadiyadaas u baan aragnaa wax ka qaban karayno community-gan aan fadhino daartan weyn maanta aan ku shirnayna waad aragtaa inay nimanka kansulayaasha MPyadu way yimaadeen daartan shaqadan uga qabano waa shaqadii localka ahayd ee dadka daryeelka dadka haddaanay afgaranayn hadday fahmo u baahan yihiin halkii ciyaalka marka halkan dadka waayeelka shanta cashaba halkan ay yimaadaan ka qabeeyaan turubka ku cayaaraan ku tukadaan ku kulmaan kan afka garan wax lagu qabta marka beeskan aanu haysano ayaa saldhig u ah ictiraafka Somaliland waayo taa haddaan haysan tameel lagu soo imaado ma jirtaba halkan ay marka aan kula shirna madaxda markay arkaan in hawshan socotay kalsoonidii meesha ay timi ayaanu u talaabsanay hawshii ictiraafka waayo hawsha ictiraafka uma talaabsan karaysa adigoo base haysan marka anaki saldhigi iyo foundation-kii waa community-gan aan fadhino iyo daartan aan fadhino runtii wax lagu faano weey waxaad qabato dawlad ku faata ceeb maaha marka community-gan Sheffield waxay talabaad imika u horseeday in magaalooyinka kale talabada aanu qaadnay mid lamida inay qaadaan jaaleedaha ay joogaana inaan kala shaqeyno diyaar baan u nahay si ictiraafkii meel fog aanu gaarsiino marka Sheffield I think taariikhda u gashay Somaliland magacayga ilaa shalay wixii ka horay waxa la oran jiray aadan axmed yuusuf aadan sawaaxil ku naas dheer wixii imika ka dambeeyna aadan Somaliland ayaa runtii hadii la bixiyo la bixin ana qaatay waadi hawsha iga soo gaadhaan iyo teamkayga ayaan garanaya marka runtii waana ku faanaya jazakumullah khair marka sidaa iyo si ka badanna waanu shaqeyn doonaa
assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullah waxaan maxay haytooy ilaahay ugu mahadnaqayaa mahadda koobaad ilaaha weyne raxmaanka ah ee casiiska ah ee yacniga inagu soo maanta inaynu halkan aynu fadhino isugu keenay muslimka inaga dhigay Soomaali inaga dhigay struggle-kana inuu daacad ka noqono inaga dhigay struggle-kani adduunka qofun baa bilaabi lahaa marka waxa weeye imka 30 years ago 35 years ago waxaan nahay wax yar harmful dad yar oo kooban baan nahay aanu ahaan dad isjecel oo wanaagsan baan nahay anigu u gali maayo haddaan yacniga bilaabo ma dhamayn karayo contribution-ka Somali community u geystay laakiin u malayn maayo taariikhdu way ku sheegtay adigu is sheegta maaha marka waxaan leeyahay maanta stepka maanta aynu qaadnay waa talaabo hor leh oo talaabo inaynu ka midaysnaano leh annagu haddaan nahay Israac Somali community Somaliland community website-adana oran mayno hebel iyo hebel waxa may qaban laakiin waxa la yiri caanaha ninkii la ogyahay ninkii lisay ninkii doonaba ha keeno qof kastaba ha kaleem garay laakiin foundation-ka oo ka dhacay halka kan Somaliland ixtiraafkeedu dadka wadankan inay way ogyihiin Soomaaliduna way ogtahay annaguna waa la ognahay waxaanu leenahay oo kasta Somaliland dariba guusha wuu leeyahay waxaan runtii aad iyo aad aan u daawanay xalayto inankan trick la yiraahdo waana bahayto borgaraamku hogaaminayay aad iyo aad baan ku farxay ana waligay aragna aad iyo aad baan u jeclaysay waxa loo baahan yahay sida yaani qosolihii lehe wixii dhulkeena u soo kordha ee dawladeena u soo kordha ee qarankeena u soo kordha inuu ka mid noqono isugu mid noqono oo aynu meel ka wada duulo aynu meel ka wada hadalno meel kasta aan joogno waa qadiyada Soomaaliland ka midhadhanina oo ka dhaadhicina dadka oo aynaan ka seexan oo aynu ku dadaalna oo aynu ka daacadnimadeeda ka sheegna assalaamu calaykum wa rahmatullaahi wa barakaatuh waan ka baxay hambaliyo ayaa leeyahay shacabka reer Somaliland guusha bisha labaad soo hooyatay Sheffield City Council ku dhawaaqay inuu Soomaaliland ictiraafayo hadalka waa soo gaabanaya hadal badan baa la yiri dadkii halkan isugu yimi hadallo fiican bay yiraahdeen teamkii hawsha soo qabtay iyo soo ku bilaabatay waa la sheegay waxa leeyahay kaliya anigu hadalka ka sii qaadaya in magaalooyinka kale UK ay talaabada kala qaadaan runtii waa guul waa wax lagu farxaa anigu waxaan ahaa nimankii odayaasha ahaa 10 cisho ugu dambeeyay hawsha la waday ee dabada ka riixay ee mustambeedka u ahaa inay hawshan u dhacdo runtii ilaahay way ugu guuleeyay waa maalin aad iyo aad farxad u laabahay bishii labadeedii Abriil waxaanu doonaynaa in shacabka reer Somaliland iyo shacabka reer Somaliland ku dhaqan in UK bay aynu imika joognay ay hawsha iyagoo isku duuban ka qayb qaataan runtii xukuumadda Somaliland si fiican bay uga qayb qaadatay gacan weyn bay ka geysatay xiriir joogto ah ayaa ka dhaxeeyay dawladda iyo Sheffield intii hawshan imika ay socotay aad iyo aad baan ugu hambalyeynaa maalinta taariikhda galay aynu maanta soo marnay maanta waa taas waa leeynoo yimi waxaanoo yimi MP'yadeena iyo konsulladeena aynu halkan ku casuuminay marka hawshaasu waa hawl annaguna aanu imika magaalooyinkii aanu ka nimi u gudbinayno cid kasta oo Somaliland ama Mareykan ha joogo ama UK ha joogo ama Yurub ha joogo u baahan inuu talaabada reer Sheffield ay qaadan ka gadaydo waa talaabo yar laakiin waa talaabo u weyn Somaliland bay ka mid tahay aad iyo aad baan u salaamay shacabka weynaha gaar ahaan reer Sheffield
waxaan kaloo mahad celinayaa inamada halka dhalinyarada ah soo gaarsiiyay anagu waan la shaqeynay markay soo dhawaataan la shaqeynay laakiin oo gacmaha waxaan la qabanay hareeraha laakiin iyaga halka keenay iyaga maanta guusha keenay waxa weeyaan waxaan leeyahay dadka reer Sheffield waa guul maanta u soo hoyatay oo ay caalamka inta kale kaga dayan karaan waxa weeyaan magaaladan aan deganahay waa Sheffield codka waxaanu leenahay 95% codkaygu dee wuu sii socday oo dee codkaanu siin jirnay mar kasta oo ay sanad kasta May haddii maanta codkayga wax nooga soo noqdeen waa alxamdulilah rabbil caalamiin dadka reer Somaliland waxaan leeyahay isku duubni iyo wada jir baynu wax ku helaynaa qofna keligii waxa ma heli karo marka aan isku duubnaano ka magaalo ahaan ka dad ahaan iyo ka shacab ahaanba
magacayga waa Maxamed Yuusuf Ismaaciil Sarmaan halkan waxaan ka salaamayaa oo aad u mahadnaqayaa on Cable TV oo maanta nala soo arintan naga soo gudbiyay iyo madaxweynaha Somaliland Axmed Maxamed Silaaniyo madaxweynaha ku-xigeenka Zaylaci oo magaalada Manchester bari dhaweyd nagu soo gaaray arintan sanaaday aad bay dadkii oran ka farxisay waxa inaan namada mid ka shaqeynaya gobol soo hor ku tiri anigu weligay magaalada ma tagin inkaygana waa disable laakiin aad buu u doonaya magaalada inuu Sheffield yimaado oo arko waxa ka dhacay maalinta markii arrimahaas oo kale aad maqashid aad bay ku galinaysaa inaad diiran ka gasho inaad wax ka qabatid arrimahaas oo kale marka aad baan weydiinaya dadka magaalada Ingiriiska jooga magaalada Ingiriiska oo dhan inaad ka qayb gashaan election ka soo dhacaya cusub ee councilorka la shaqeysaan councilor gaar ah مثلا oo magaalo walba xaafad walba aad kala shaqeysaan in arrintan Somaliland meel ka gaadho waayo haddaad caawisaan counsiladiina iyo MPda kulleyba waxbay u baahan yihiin waxbaad uga baahan tahay waxay u baahan yihiin iyagu kursiga fadhiistaan adiguna waxaad uga baahan tahay inay kursigaas kugu caawiyaan si aad meel ka gaadhid magaaladan iyo Somaliland waxaan oranayna mabruuk Home Cable TV mar labaadna waxaan ku leeyahay mahad. Thank you very much.